Hello, this is Group 1 and we are going to talk about Charles' Law. But first, let's talk about the one who discovered it, Jacques Charles. Who is Jacques Charles? Jacques Charles is a French scientist who was able to investigate the relationship between temperature and volume using balloon, hot water, and cold water. He was born November 12, 746 at Beaugency, France, and died April 7, 1823 at Paris. His nationality is France. What is Charles' Law?
Also known as the law of volumes. Charles' law is an experimental gas law which describes how gases tend to expand when heated. It was first published by French natural philosopher Joseph Louis Gay-Lussac in 1802, although credited the discovery to unpublished work from 1780s by Jacques Charles, hence the name.
Jacques Charles also stated that the temperature and volume of a gas directly proportional held at constant pressure.
The mathematical equation for Charles' law will be V1 over T1 is equal to V2 over T2.
A container holds 50.0 milliliter of nitrogen at 25 degrees Celsius and the pressure of 736 mmHg. What will be its volume if the temperature increases by 35 degrees Celsius? The given are, for the initial volume, we have 50.0 milliliters, and for the initial temperature, we have 25 degrees Celsius plus 273 Kelvin is equals to 298 Kelvin. And for the final temperature, we have 25 degrees Celsius plus 35 degrees Celsius and addition to 273 Kelvin, making 333 Kelvin. The unknown for this question is V sub 2, or the final volume. And the equation is for the final volume is equals to V sub 1 multiplied by T sub 2 over T sub 1.
The solution is V sub 2 is equal to 50.0 milliliters times 308 Kelvin over 298 Kelvin. After that, cancel both Kelvin, then multiply. Now V sub 2 is equal to 15,400 milliliters over 298. After that, divide. And now the final answer is V sub 2 is equal to 51.7 milliliters.
A sample of hydrogen has an initial temperature of 50 degrees Celsius. When the temperature is lowered to 10 degrees Celsius, the initial volume of hydrogen becomes 5 liters. Then what is the final volume of hydrogen? The given are the initial temperature, which is 50 degrees Celsius plus 273 Kelvin is equals to 323 Kelvin. The final temperature is 50 degrees Celsius plus 273 Kelvin is equals to 288 Kelvin. The initial volume is 5 liters. And now for the unknown is the final volume, and the equation for the final volume is the initial volume multiplied by the final temperature divided by the initial temperature. To find the solution for the final volume, we have to multiply 5 liters multiplied by 288 Kelvin, then divide it by 323 Kelvin, and thus the answer will be 4.46 liters. A sample of oxygen has a final volume of 18 liters. When the temperature is 36 degrees Celsius lowered to 14 degrees Celsius of oxygen, then what is the initial volume of oxygen? The given for this question is for the final volume is equals to 18 liters. The initial temperature is equals to 36 degrees Celsius plus 273 Kelvin is equals to 309 Kelvin. The final temperature is equals to 14 degrees Celsius plus 273 Kelvin is equals to 287 Kelvin. The unknown for this question is for the initial volume. And the equation for the initial volume is T sub 1 multiplied by V sub 2 divided by T sub 2. The solution for this question to find the initial volume is to multiply 309 Kelvin and 18 liters and then divide it to 287 Kelvin, which is then we have our final answer, which is 19.338 liters.